to read the declaration on the ACCS. Just give a
Everyone has to be included, every child has to be included, from informal settlements, rural areas, and those with disabilities. We, the children of Africa, demand urgent and an inclusive climate action that protects our rights, our schools, and our cultures. The first point we talked about was child representation and policy inclusion. As key stakeholders in climate action,
welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So we are happy to have you here and
poverty and child marriages and child labor. We demand the participation of children and all children from those and all children, including at least 30% representation in all climate decision-making bodies, institutionalized and child dialogue and consultation in policy design and implementation. Ensure all climate policies are child-sensitive with measurable indicators and monitoring mechanisms. Also have policies in children's official languages so that they can understand the policies. Establish formal child advisory councils on climate bodies. Have accountability measures to keep our leaders accountable. Share children sessions to the whole country or society so that it shouldn't only be on paper, but also to the people. That's a way to raise awareness. Use tools like the NDC Equity Tracker to assess inclusion of children, youth, and gender. Second point was climate and disaster preparedness. Feed schools and hospitals with solar panels, water-saving systems, heat-resistant materials. Tree planting initiatives. Don't plant alien trees or alien vegetations, but have natural crops from our own countries. Mandate climate resilient building codes for all schools and clinics. Support child-led early warning systems for climate disasters. Food security and nutrition. As children today, we were complaining about how many of our families and communities are part of agricultural activities as climate change affects that for us, right? Because we have to expand school feeding programs with nutritious and climate resilient meals, promote school-based gardens and farms, integrate climate smart agriculture into school curricula and youth training programs. Water and sanitation. Unclean water causes children to have diseases such as cholera, which disrupts them from attending school. We have to guarantee that clean water is accessible in all schools, provide proper sanitation and rural health facilities. Clean energy and technology. Equip rural areas and schools with solar panels to ensure reliable electricity. Introduce energy-efficient lighting and heating in all urban schools. Promote green innovation and sustainable technology in education.
The following program features trained professionals. Do not attempt what you are about to see. In 2013, cameras captured a glimpse of what's believed to be the largest great white shark ever recorded. Deep blue. She was never seen again until now. But that's just the beginning. What one of the most unbelievable shark encounters of all time.
my boat is sinking.
Support organizations led by children, especially in the undeserved regions. Promote arts-based activism and digital campaigns to occupy.
Hawaii, a tropical paradise known for white beaches, stunning scenery, and abundant marine wildlife. Many shark species call these waters home. Tiger sharks, oceanic white tips are common. But it's extremely rare to see a great white. But on an early morning in January 2019, that was all about to change.
A whale carcass we first told you about last night as breaking news is now on the reef off Sand Island. The carcass was spotted yesterday off of Kewalo. The current carried it west, and now it's stuck here on the reef off Sand Island Beach Park.
I would just professionally advise you not to swim here because there have been tiger sharks seen on the carcass today, and yesterday there was many as 15 to 20 tiger sharks on the carcass at one time.
On January 11th, 2019, everyone on the island of Oahu was talking about a huge sperm whale carcass near the shore, attracting sharks. An unusual sight for most, but for Kimberly Jeffries and boat captain and diver Mark Moeller, it sounded like a chance to capture some amazing photos.
So we heard about the whale in the news. We had reports of tiger sharks, oceanic white tips, even hammerheads. We wanted to get out as soon as we could, and by the time we made it out, the whale had already washed ashore right here at Sand Island.
That's exactly where it was. It was beached right there on the sand next to the rocks. We were kind of disappointed that we missed our chance.
Kimberly is a professional wildlife photographer and conservationist, capturing amazing images above and below the water. She and her boyfriend Mark dedicate as much of their time as possible to their true passion, photographing and studying animals in the water. On January 12th, the Department of Land and Natural Resources tows the dead whale back into the ocean.
I was scanning the radio and I heard reports that they had dropped the whale carcass 8 miles offshore. And I was like, let's go check it out.
Excited for a second chance to see sharks feasting on the whale, the next morning, Kim, along with 2 other friends, Andrew Gray and boat captain Danny Roberts, set off in search of the carcass.
I had already made plans to scuba.
I know you ran through this. One of the things which we're very on is that if we invest in green technology, if we invest in green products, in climate smart agriculture, overall the return on investment is at least 5 times. That makes economic sense as much as it makes climate sense. That makes sense for water. It makes sense for energy and technology. It makes sense for the job, training and investment that you mentioned. Close to my own
Dive with some friends, and we basically agreed that if they found it, let me know, and I'll try to get my boat out there. So we were out looking for the whale carcass. I did see something that looked white, almost like the water breaking in the distance. Turns out to be the carcass. We got about 100 meters off the whale and started gearing up.
This is the moment they've been waiting for. A chance to see whatever might be lurking under the water, scavenging on the giant carcass.
And at that point, tiger sharks started swimming up to our boat and checking us out. So we knew it was going to be a good dive.
Andrew in the water next to the whale, excited to shoot.
Tiger sharks are probably the apex predator around the Hawaiian Islands. And when a dead whale shows up, it's like ringing the dinner bell for tiger sharks. So by and large, sharks don't consider humans food. We are simply not their menu, and there's growing data sets to show that that's the case. But occasionally people do get bitten, and we don't really know why. One possibility is defense. They may actually bite people because they feel threatened. Around these sharks is obviously a really cool experience, and the chances of being bitten are obviously low. But we never advise that for the public because that's a good way to become an accident.
But an ominous quiet surrounds Kim and Andrew. Strangely, the tiger sharks have vanished. After only minutes in the water, Kim and Andrew discover the tiger sharks had a very good reason to leave quickly.
A big shadow started appearing, headed right towards us. And I was thinking, what in the world is this? Because it was way bigger than any shark I'd expect.
She was by far the biggest white shark I've ever seen, and honestly, her girth was approaching pilot whale size in just sheer mass.
This white shark swims right by Kim and I and heads directly towards the whale and took a big bite.
Andrew yelled.
I am sure some of your friends may have missed school because of a flood or a storm. Many of you have.
That's a white, that's a great white.
Research shows that a child born in 2020 will face 2.5 times and more of catastrophic natural events than their elders. And that's really a call for all of us.
There it is. She is massive. I'm not gonna lie, I got chills ran up my spine.